Hello. Namaste, everyone. Har Har Mahadev. Welcome back to my channel. And today we are going to talk about Ketu's transit in the nakshatra of Magha, its own nakshatra. So I just wanted to take my time to, go ahead with this video because for 2026, trust me, this is the video you would want to know about. This is the topic that you need to know about to go ahead and use your 2026 efficiently. All right. So we'll discuss about that. But before that, if you guys are new to my channel, please subscribe and hit the bell icon so that you get regular updates. Also, if you would like to have your personal readings from me, you can check out the link in the description box, www.anmolastrology.com. Under the readings and unique readings section, you can book a personal reading for yourself. Also, the complete predictive course, including the analysis of Tribhagi or making you learn about Tribhagi, the beautiful, beautiful technique, that course is finally online under the courses section at the same link. So you can purchase the online course from there, and you will have, uh, I think, one or two follow-up sessions with me on Zoom as a part of that particular online course. All right, so let's get started with this video. And the reason I'm saying that this is one of the important videos or one of the important topics that you're going to understand or you're going to look into for this year is because Ketu is coming into its own nakshatra, which is Magha. And many times there's a perception whenever a planet comes into its own sign or a planet comes into its own nakshatra, it's said to be good. But understand that it's very different for a planet to be in its own sign and a planet to be in its own nakshatra. It's a very different story. The day you will realize this, that is the day you'll have so much of information clear in your head. Because having a planet in its own nakshatra actually will give you the greatest karma of life. It is actually going to be the most karmic journey that you have with that particular planet because now that planet is surrounded by the energy of the karma associated of that planet with its nakshatra. I hope that was clear. So Ketu in Magha is more intense than any other planet to be in Magha. Or Ketu to be in Ashwini, Ketu to be in Mula. That's more intense. That's more impactful. The impact would be that great that you are going to understand, you're going to feel it that yes, this particular planet is impacting me. So that is the first thing. Another thing is that eventually, whether you are going through your Ketu Dasha or not, Antardasha, Pratyantardasha, anything, whether you go through it or not, the Ketu transit, wherever it comes, it is going to impact deeply. Because, you might not feel the impact of Jupiter's transit that much, but you will feel the impact of Saturn because it comes for a longer time, but it is in intervals. But Rahu and Ketu, being the most karmic planets, being the Asuras, and especially being the loop, like two houses are connected each with each other then. So that's why this becomes extremely important. That's why you'll see that the effect of Rahu Ketu comes live. And that's the most impactful for a year. Once you understand the karma which is connected with Rahu and Ketu and you are balancing those two scales, you will be able to do wonders for that year. You will be able to understand what is the root cause of things. So that's the second aspect that why this transit is important. The third one I would say is that because Ketu is now coming into Magha And another time when Ketu will actually come into, right now it's in Leo, when it will come into Gemini, almost after I think 2 years from now, when it will come into Gemini. These two, mark my words on this, these two timelines are the ones where the reset is going to happen. The reset with influential market, the reset with this, people trying to project something, how social media has taken over everything, how people, there's no value, there's no productivity to things, but it's more on the show off side. All this is going to reset. First, the reset would begin with Ketu entering Magha. Then it would again very transformatively and very desperately, it will transform or it'll change or reset when Ketu will enter Ardra. So trust me when I say Ketu in Magha is going to bring reset. So Ketu has come to Magha on 29th of March and it will be there till 5th of December till Ketu moves to the sign of Cancer. The true transit is from 20th of April till 25th of November. So there are always two dates for Rahu Ketu transit. One is the actual transit, one is the true transit. So that were the dates for that. So Ketu coming into Magha, Magha is Pitris. We need to understand first what does Ketu in Magha represent and what is the karma attached to it. So this is going to be the introductory part of Ketu coming in Magha. Further, we'll go with each and every zodiac sign. So Ketu in Magha, Magha is about Pitris. Magha is about when you have authority, but you have a responsibility attached to that authority. So if someone tells you that Magha is all about show off, enjoyment, luxury, and whatnot, pleasure, all the things that you feel that gives pleasure to you need to understand that Magha is the nakshatra which might make you go through all of these things just to detach you from the pleasure that you get from doing all of these things. So, see, Magha falls into the heart of the zodiac sign of Leo, the fifth house. Fifth house is what? It's your education, it's your reactions, it's the way you think, it's your intelligence, it's your logical mind, it's your creative self also. It's not the creation that you do from your subconscious mind, the creation that you do through your creativity, through your expression, through your logical mind, or through your conscious mind. Fifth house or Leo is the enjoyable place. It's where you act like a child and you behave or you assume the person to be as a child also, wherever Leo is placed. So, for example, for Sagittariuses, they would always treat their fathers as their children because of the simple fact that there is Leo in the ninth house. Taurus individuals, Taurus ascendants, they would always behave as if their mothers are their children. They would try to protect them similarly. So, Leo is the domain where you act freely, where you act enjoyably, where you try to protect like it's your child. That person is your child, or that domain is your child. And also, that is the area that you get affected with the most. And fifth house is your Purva Punya Bhava, your past life good deeds. Now, Ketu comes into this sign. So, Ketu, what does it do? Just one liner or just one paragraph I'm going to tell you about Ketu, that wherever it goes, you are going to use it everywhere. When Ketu comes into any zodiac sign, it's like a farmer with the plow. It will dig. dig deeper to the core ground where it knows now the fertility could come from here. So I'm going to add the seeds there. And from that space, it is going to now rectify the land. It is now going to give the fruits. So that's what Ketu does whenever it comes into a zodiac sign, wherever it comes into a nakshatra. So when Ketu has come into the zodiac sign of Leo, and now when it is digging deep into the nakshatra of Magha, it is going to challenge everything. It is going to challenge your confidence. It is going to challenge your self-esteem. It is going to challenge your intelligence. It is going to challenge your investment abilities. It is going to challenge your comfort space. Fifth house is second from the fourth house. Fourth house is your happiness, fourth house is your comforts. Second from it is what do you gain out of the fourth house? That's the reason the fifth house or the zodiac sign of Leo or the nakshatra of Magha and also the other nakshatras, why they are considered to be very lazy. That's the impact of a lion as well. That's the impact of the sun as well. But this is the house of comforts. This is the house which gives you the ability to enjoy the comforts, not to specially create them, but to enjoy them. So Ketu coming into Magha, now it says that you might have enjoyed the Purva Punya Bhava, you might have enjoyed the past life good deeds that you have done. I've given you the karma for that. Now I'm going to test you, or not actually test. The test part is over. Now Ketu will make you go so deep, it'll shatter your ego. It'll shatter your confidence, only to make you responsible for your actions. That's what Ketu in Magha does. Because you have your responsibilities towards your pitris. You have your responsibilities towards your ancestors. Whether you need to, you want to follow it, or you are not, you don't want to follow it. Whether your upbringing from your parents has been similarly that they have made you feel that yes, you are responsible for carrying on our lineage, or sometimes some parents do not force their children to do that. It's not that you just have to do it as a part of tradition. It's the way you take it spiritually ahead. It's the way you take it in your lineage, in your actions, in your, in your abilities, in what you do, how you do it. That's what lineage is about when it comes to this nakshatra. So now Ketu says that for this timeline, I'm going to crush your ego. And now you will be the one to just bow down. Because earlier, it was the reaction coming out. It was that Ketu was giving you the lesson, Ketu was giving you the wisdom, and you were reacting upon it. So the aggression was more. Now, the aggression would be less, the logical mind would be more. Because now, Ketu is not at the deeper state. Ketu has been into Leo since a while now. It has been into that black hole. It has been into that black space. But now, slowly and steadily, it is coming to the ground. It is coming to the clear sky. And that's why Ketu comes to the last here in Magha. Because now it is going to give you that power. It is going to give you that luck. Because it has given you the lessons. It has given you the dirtiest, lessons that you have gotten with your pride, with your ego, especially for the ones who have their planets in this nakshatra or have their planets in Leo simply. So now it's the time to bloom with Ketu. Now it's the time to, experience the unasked blessings of Ketu. But at the same time, you must have experienced a lot of change into yourself. It's like that your higher understanding has already developed now. Now you have to just make yourself realize that I have understood the wisdom that was connected with this Ketu's lesson. I've been clueless. I've been unexpectedly reactive. I've felt things to the core. I've been humiliated. I've been embarrassed. Now it's the time to rise above it all so that I can take over my throne responsibly this time. That's the simple justification of Ketu in Magha. So if you have any planets here, I'm not going to actually talk about, let's actually talk about the planets as well. I think it's very important to know about the planets. If Ketu is coming over planets, because that's the beautiful understanding you'll have. That's very, very important. So let's go ahead with planets first, and then let's go with the zodiac signs. So if, for example, you have Moon in Magha, now Ketu is coming there. There's a strong detachment you will feel with your emotions. And earlier, you might have been a very reactive person. You have been a person who's all about yourself. But now you have understood how you need to be responsibly been there. Like, I'll take a simple example. If you have been so much into yourself and so much absorbed into your own emotions that you have never given the attention to the other people's emotions. And it was all about self pity, self victimizations every time. Now, this Ketu over your moon is going to make you realize that how to be the bigger person, how to responsibly be there, how to get out of your comfort zone, still feel happy, still feel comfortable, because now you're being productive. Now you are going to give that space to the others to have that space of their emotional health as well. Now it will no longer be just you. That's your wisdom that you have gotten from this Ketu coming over your moon. There can be detachment from the mother, and this is the similar lesson that your mother can also go through. And this can be, if suppose it's very strongly attached to the fourth house, this can actually trigger because of your and your mother's relationship. But the detachment from the mother, the detachment from the emotions, the settling down of troubled emotions, or the cluelessness, that is coming to a level. If you have Sun in Magha, your personality has overpowered so many things in your life, so many relationships in your life, and especially wherever this is placed. The axis, wherever Sun is placed. Suppose your Sun is in the 12th house, so it will be 12th and the 6th house. So it has been so overpowering with your personality, with Sun and Magha, that now it's your time to give it away, to give your ego away, give your pride away. Now you would not react upon the things just because you felt defensive, just because you felt that someone is trying to demean me. But rather, now you would understand that everything that came my way was to actually make me realize that what is the importance of the right recognition, the right pride. So the arrogance has now gone. The arrogance has been challenged. You have felt demeaned. You have felt embarrassed. You have felt humiliated. Now you are another person. Now your soul has burnt out and transformed into such a mature individual. Now you'll establish your discipline. Now you'll establish your beliefs and your thinking process. A wisdom one. Now you will use your lessons to actually help others, to actually help others to know about what is right and what is wrong. It's like from a king, a person becomes a sadhu. Not materialistically, not financially, but from their way of dealing with stuff, from the way of their attitude. If suppose Saturn is in Magha, Ketu has come over it. You have been, you know, humiliated and embarrassed within your workspace because you have been doing things and showing as if, oh, so much I have done. You have now gotten the realization, or someone has shown you that reality check or that real space, that now you have realized that no, I'm not working as per, what I should have done. So that must have been triggered because of your career. That must have been triggered because of unexpected changes in your wealth, unexpected changes in your friend circle and your career. So now it's a reset. Now it's a restart with your career. Now you have understood that where I did take the wrong decisions, where I made the wrong investments, now it's the time to correct it. Now it's the time to be better with it. But for especially with Saturn in Leo and then Ketu coming over it, the biggest lesson that you'll ever get. But the just one line you need to understand, you need to be as humble as possible. You need to be as grounded as possible. That's what this Ketu is teaching you. When Ketu will move away, of course, the karma will not be that impactful because then Ketu has something else to give to you. But make sure that you learn from this because only that way you are going to get the fruits of this journey that you have already experienced. All right. Now, another thing, okay, also with the Ketu's transit in Magha over your Saturn, this would also affect your relationship with the people who work for you. You can be accused because of or by one of your servants. They can cheat you for some reason. Anything in association with people who work for you can happen, and that can have an impact on your image, that can have an impact in your life and in your career as well. Now if suppose there's Mars and now Ketu is coming over, so it has given you aggression. It has given you your energy got so miscattered. There was so much energy with Ketu coming over Mars. So much energy, so much ideas to do things. But at the same time, it was all scattered. It was all going into a black hole where you are just putting your energy, putting your energy, putting your energy, but nothing is coming out of it. Or you're just getting frustrated that why I have to manage so many things all at once, even if you have been an all-rounder all your life. So now this Ketu is actually going to first give you, at first, it is going to make you experience with the generational trauma with Mars in Magha. It is going to make you fight for your rights with your inheritance and with your rights within the family dynamics because it's Pitris and Mars is, the battle that happens, in regards of properties, in regards of um, real estate. But Ketu coming over Mars and that too in Magha, that can even give you blessings of investments, right? So it's like you are losing one investment, you are getting another. That could even be a possibility. But this Ketu wants you to be better with your energy, be better with your actions, have better direction, sorry, of your actions, of your discipline. All the people, because Mars in Leo is the most laziest placement that you'll see. It's a struggle against yourself. It's a struggle against your own laziness. You need to go out, work out. You need to show up in at your career. You need to be there physically. There's no time to rest. Trust me, whenever with Ketu transiting in Magha over your Mars, whenever you'll feel that, okay, I can rest, it's all right, I can linger this thing on, I can do it tomorrow. Trust me, your mind is not going to be at peace. So, what will happen eventually? You're not able to do something good, you're not able to even rest. So, rather, just take your energy, execute it. There can be distance or detachment with male persons in your surroundings. It could be a boyfriend, there could be a breakup for some people, there could be fights or, detachments from male friends, or there would be some karma that is left towards some past male friends that you will have to now complete, and even your siblings, especially the male siblings. Now, if Venus is there, Ketu comes over Venus in Magha, the most intense placement you will have, the way that you react in love, the way you express in love, the way you have your relationships, everything is going to change. With Ketu, when it first entered the zodiac sign of Leo, you must have seen yourself vulnerable in love, vulnerable with your sexual encounters and sexuality. It's like you wanted to have the pleasurable experience, you wanted to travel, you wanted to, enjoy every day. There was no limit to it. That's how vulnerable it was. So you got your karma with Ketu, but now when Ketu is coming over your Venus in Magha, it is going to give you the biggest lesson possible. It is going to make you cry. Absolutely, definitely. And that would be triggered because of relationships or because of wherever this Venus is placed. Because Venus is the water tattva. Venus is the planet. See for yourself. Venus, wherever it is placed, that is the area where you will cry, you will shed your tears. And when Ketu comes there, it gives the intense pain, but you'll always grow out of that pain. You will grow with whole wisdom out of that pain. That's what Venus is going to do for you. That's what Ketu is going to do for you. So it can create breakups. It can create detachment. It can create separation because you have enjoyed. Ketu gave you the Purva Punya Bhava in the very beginning of when it transited the Leo. So you were enjoying that Venusian qualities. You were enjoying all those pleasures. But now it's the time to understand in your head that was it worth it? Was it something that is actually going to carry forward for a longer period of time? And is it something I can enjoy forever? Is it something which is adding on any value to me, value to my spirituality? So, the way that you are in love, the way that you react in relationships, all of that is going to change. The way you spend your money, the way you save your money, the way your relationship is with your family, with your partners, everything is going to change. Now it's the time to take the responsibility of your own emotions when it comes to your family bonds and your relationships, your partners. Now you have to own up for your choices made in love. So, definitely, the people with Venus in Magha and Ketu coming over it, this is a this is a very crucial time for your relationships. But trust me, this might be the last relationship that is going to affect you so deeply where you are going to feel vulnerable. After this, you will have all the wisdom. You will know that who I need to choose as my partner, or eventually, most likely, if you are looking for partners, if you're looking for marriage, you'll be able to meet your partner. All right. Now, what else? If Mercury is in Magha, Ketu comes over it. This is the placement or the transit that I would actually categorize to have a separation, have depressive tendencies, or having to feel that depression because of separation, because of unable to communicate, because of being unable to think rationally. You know, when Ketu comes over Mercury, you get distracted, you get detached from everything. Nothing attracts you. It's like you come to a position where now the child within you is no longer there, because Mercury is the prince. Mercury is when you know how you enjoy everything, how you enjoy little happiness, little interactions, attractions. That's what Mercury is. The bubbliness is Mercury. Ketu coming over it makes you understand the seriousness of life, that how you need to be serious in life. So that's what this Ketu is doing over Mercury. So now you will have to show up for your interests. You will have to evaluate within yourself that this is something which interests me. So it's like first you're distracted from everything, you're detached, you feel that nothing is attracting me, nothing is feeling good. At the same time, you are learning that what actually your life is about, what actually you know need to do with your life. That's why you learn more, you'll go into research, you'll try to find so much of information online, offline. You'll try to connect with people, not in a socializing way, but in a way to find answers. So that's what Ketu will do here. But Ketu will also give you the greatest karma with your speech. So you'll start thinking about when I have said something which might have hurt someone, because now same thing is happening with me and this is hurting me. So Ketu coming in Magha will make you a very responsible communicator. It will make you a person, it will make you take the responsibility of your communication, of your words, of your knowledge, of your the gossip that you go and do around. Because having Mercury in Magha, that's a very deeply knowledged person. But at the same time, that's a person initially in their initial stage of life, or maybe in the younger age, they have a habit of communication. They have a habit of communicating in a very casual way, fun way, and making jokes but not being able to take jokes on them. So there are so many things that is connected with Mercury in Leo. All of that is going to be challenged, and it's a very expressive Mercury, and sometimes it's over expressive as well. So that's all what is going to be challenged, and you're going to feel that now I have to act responsibly, I have to be a mature person when it comes to communication or expressing myself. All right, now what else is left? We are done with Moon, with Jupiter. If Jupiter is in Magha and Ketu comes over that, the greatest wisdom that you're going to get. See, the words will be less if I say that it's a wisdom oriented placement. Jupiter in itself gives you life lesson. Ketu coming over Jupiter gives you another harsh life lesson, but it's all for good. It's all for giving you the stability of life, you know, ahead. So, Ketu coming over your Jupiter in Magha will change the dynamics of your relationship with your gurus. For females, it's actually very effective. It's very challenging with their relationship with their spouses if you are married. If you're not, then you'll find the hardest time to actually find the right spouse, because you will experience some intense encounters with men. So Jupiter is your guidance. Now you have to be serious with your guidance. You have to own up with your guidance and your wisdom. Jupiter in Leo can be extravagant, can be so overboard, can be so dramatic. Now you have gotten the lessons with your over dramaticness. Now you need to settle down. You need to understand what is right, what is wrong. This is the journey of yours to understand what is the right wisdom, how to not show off. Whenever Ketu comes over Jupiter, you learn that showing off is nothing. It's just a materialistic nature, and especially in Leo, you understand how the over exaggeration of things can affect your mental state. So that's the lesson which is attached with Ketu coming over Jupiter in Magha. So you need to understand that how you need to keep things hidden, not hidden, but have a maturity, have a sense of maturity that this is not only something which the world surrounds around. Trust me, if you have Jupiter and Magha, now Ketu is coming over it. Stop talking about that area. Just work on your creativity, work on that area, but don't boast about it. Don't talk about it more. Have a sense of security there within yourself so that you don't have to talk and need reassurance for that. That's what is required. So we are done with the moon, a sun, Mars, Venus, Saturn, Mercury, yes, Jupiter. So we are left with Rahu and Ketu. So Ketu coming over Rahu. Now it's like Ketu is joining hands with Rahu in Magha. It is joining together. So the mind and the body is now combined. So you can do wonders with the zodiac sign of Leo wherever it is placed. Trust me, this is a placement which I won't say it's negative because it is coming over Rahu. It might give you a negative attitude. It might is settling your negative attitude or your over proudy nature, but at the same time, it will give you the blessings of that Magha. It gives you the blessings of money, finances, talent, wherever this Magha is. Now the missing parts are now joined together. You have found something related to that house, and now you are using that to grow. That's what Ketu will do while coming over Rahu. But it stabilizes you more because Rahu in Magha, in Leo, wherever it is, there was so much, there was so much going on above, but it was all empty on the inside. But now Ketu has filled those empty spaces. So now the foundation is strong. So definitely it's one of the good transits to have. Now when Ketu comes over Ketu, double the karma. Now you need to get the wisdom of your own understanding. You are going to change as a person, the way you do your reactions, the way you give your decisions, the way you invest your money, the way you educate yourself, everything is going to change completely. You might yourself would want to dive deeper into some subjects, into some learnings. You might yourself would want to learn more about mythology, more about this astrology and stuff. Ketu in Magha, actually, you have opened the doors of your Purva Punya Bhava. You will receive the blessings of the past life karma, the past life good karma that you have done. But at the same time, you will get the learnings or teachings of the past life bad karma that you have done as well. So both of them are going to be connected. I'm not going to say this is going to be a difficult situation or a difficult position, but this is not going to be the best also. It's going to be mixed. But your confidence has changed, your knowledge has changed, your interests have changed, your romantic self has changed, a lot of you has changed. Now let's talk about each and every zodiac sign. For that, you need to first look for your ascendant zodiac sign, and then you need to look for your moon zodiac sign. All right. So, very first one, Aries. So, Ketu has already been in your fifth house. Now it is transiting into the nakshatra of Magha. So, that's why you would experience some situations in your life where you'll have to own up with your feelings, your romantic feelings, your expressive feelings, not just related to romance, I would say, but it's related to what you believe in. It's related to where you feel that you need to mark your domain because Ketu is the flagship. Ketu is where you mark your domain, where you say that, yes, this is something I've achieved. So your agenda for Ketu being in the nakshatra of Magha is to understand and while it just goes away from that house, it's at the last step. It's about marking your domain that this is the lesson I've learned related to the fifth house. So there can be detachment of one's ego in order to basically feel more powerful but less egocentric. You will have to also deal with certain investments of yours. So there can be some breaking of some investments, breaking or division of some certain investments. There can be some, there can be a kind of detachment from the children if you have children. So there can be detachment of from children if suppose this is a female and they have Ketu transiting in the fifth house. This could be a possible situation where if you are pregnant, then you can go for a C-section. With Ketu in the fifth house, you will also dive deeper with your interest into astrology, into mythology. So basically, you will try to now, because the clutter, the lesson, the wisdom, the deep transformation has been done from the fifth house. Now you have to own up all of it. Now you have to understand that wisdom and work with that wisdom further for what results Ketu is going to bring in your fourth house. So it also means that now you have identified what your interests actually are in regards of your, like what you feel passionate about. So now you're going to start researching on it. You're going to start learning it. Also, for the people with Aries ascendant or Aries moon, and you have been giving exams, there has been either a delay or there has been a break in your education, which now you'll have to go back to. You'll have to re-deal with it, and you now have to own that up. So, for example, there was an exam, there was a competitive exam which did not go well. Now this will be your second trial, or now you are just deciding firmly on the fact that yes, this is what I want to do and this is how will I proceed for it with more confidence, because your confidence has been shattered again. It's like the rebirth. It's the punarjanam of your confidence. So for Taurus individuals, if you have Taurus moon or Taurus ascendant, then Leo, Ketu is in Magha in your fourth house. So it means that your mother is basically going through a transition, and even you have gone through transition and realizations when it's about your comfort space, when it's about your emotions, when it's about your heart space. So now you have to own up. You have to take the responsibility of the family. You have to take the responsibility of your mother. There can be certain detachment from the mother, or there can be certain disagreements on the opinion that you have or your mother has. But ultimately, you have understood how things should work, how you need to get out of your comfort space and do what is necessary. So definitely, Ketu in the fourth house will give you the blessings, the unasked blessings of luxury, comforts, happiness. But now is the time where you realize that this is going to come only if I detach from it, only if I understand that I don't need to run behind it. I need to stand firm on my ground so that I can manifest it. This could even make you, for Taurus individuals, there can be a possibility that you're looking for division within the property, or you are looking for new purchasing of property, or getting a property on your name as well, or getting a vehicle on in your name as well. So basically, all the things related to the home has given you the lesson, has given you certain instances where you felt like you have to distance yourself with the home environment or from the home. But at the same time, now you have realized that that particular intense situations have led you to establish a confidence within yourself now, where you are going to basically act as a warrior, act as a lion within that domain. Still, the struggle is still there, but now you know how to deal with that struggle. You know how to create your power, not just to just sit, relax, and let the power come to you. No, now is the journey for you to create that power, to create that strength. All right. Now for Gemini ascendants. So Gemini ascendant or Gemini moon sign, this Ketu in Magha is transiting in your third house. There can be issues with the younger sibling specifically, or there can be some detachment happening with the younger sibling because of your lack of similar opinion. So that's the transition you're going through, the way you act with your younger sibling, the way their attitude is towards life. So, Ketu's transit in the third house has actually given your younger sibling a lot within their life, a lot of understanding and wisdom in their life. At the same time, it made you also understand how important it is to have self effort. So, Ketu here coming into Magha means you need to own your communication. You need to own your efforts. It's not that you are doing everything and anything by your communication, by your efforts, and they won't have any repercussions to it. They won't have any circumstances to it. They will have consequences. And now you have understood that every action has a reaction. That's why it's your time to act way maturely with your close relations, with your neighbors as well, with your siblings as well, because you have experienced that blast of fight, that blast of issues and confidence, crushing of confidence when it comes to communication. Or maybe you may have said something and that basically backfired, retaliated. You may have done something and that might have been act of criticism for you. So that situation has happened. Now it's the time that you own that up. Now is the time that you use the wisdom that you have gotten for your benefit so that you can fulfill the destiny of Rahu in the ninth house. Definitely with Ketu's transit in Magha, it is going to make you pay whenever you have, shown ego, you have shown arrogance within your communication. So choose your words wisely, and especially online, especially over social media, and on any sort of communication you're having with anyone. Your communication is very, very vulnerable right now. You need to understand what what should be said where. You need to read the room. That's what is the lesson which is attached here. And also, since Geminis have been going through, so many fluctuations, I won't say fluctuations, but so many rethinking regarding the career, trying to change or switch the career. With Ketu in the third house, you might finally either switch your work, your profession, or you might will get a chance to switch your job, or you will actually be able to rightfully express your disagreement within your workspace so as to now completely change it and get into something which is skill based, or which where you'll have to work more on your skills, or more on your marketing. So that's what it is. Now, the zodiac sign of Cancer. For Cancer individuals, Cancer ascendant or Cancer moon, Leo is in the second house. Ketu coming into the second house in Magha can actually give you beautiful results when it comes to money, when it comes to blessings of the Pitris. But the problem is with your tongue. The problem is with your communication. So I understand, because of all the transits that are happening in Pisces, then everything that cancers have been going through, they have finally come out of their nurturing cocoon and they have finally stood for themselves. But when a person who is so deeply emotional and they are triggered, or they the main strength and weakness for them is emotions, their reaction would always come out loud. Their reaction is not, definitely not going to be well thought and rational, because they're speaking from the heart. So I think cancers have finally found that courage to now speak for themselves. But at the same time, this Ketu made sure that how do you get the lesson with it as well. So Ketu has taken you on the journey where it made you vulnerable with your communication, with where it made you vulnerable with your um you know stand against the family, against what was not in your favor. But at the same time, now it is giving you the lesson, or for the coming time, till the time Ketu is going to be in your second house, it will create that detachment. It will also create that instance where now you will have to be responsibly taking care of your own finances and of your own communication. It's like that now, you actually have a transformation pending when Ketu comes into your ascendant. But now, right now, when it comes to your family ties, when it comes to the way you have the way you spend your money, the way you have your money, income, you do your savings, everything is going to change. And the changes, I'm really sorry, my throat has been very, very bad since a couple of days now. And I see we are talking about Ketu in the second house, and having issues with my throat. All right. So, Ketu in the second house, it's like that you have to break generational trauma. You have to break what was carried forward within your lineage, within your family. Whether it was some sort of narcissist behavior, whether it was some emotionally manipulative behavior, whether it was a reactive behavior, any sort of thing that was carried forward, that you got, then after you, your children got, or howsoever generation has happened. So it's your time to break that pattern. See, Ketu coming into the second house doesn't just mean that you're breaking off with the family. You're breaking off with the family ties. It does create a lot of drama in the family. It does create a lot of parting ways within the family, and not being able to communicate properly with the family or the family members. But it also, to the deepest level, shows that you break family generational, you know, what do we call it? Fights, kalesh, things of that sort. So it's the time for you to act responsibly when it comes to how you are setting the trend for the future generation. So this Ketu in Magha is your opportunity. Ketu in the second house, you are expecting, or you will be able to get help from someone in your family. It could be anyone. It could be your close family members, it could be your children, it could be anyone, but you will be supported financially, or there could be chances that you're changing or switching your jobs, changing your career, something of that sort is happening. And because of that reason, you need to either use your savings, or you need to actually help someone else in the family, or you are receiving the help from someone in the family. Now, Leos. Leo's Ketu is in the first house, and then it is in Magha. Your personality has been transferring, transforming, going from here to there, ever since Ketu has entered your ascendant. But where it is triggering the most is it is making you understand that where you have taken the wrong decisions. Now you need to own up your decisions. This is your last resort to reset the mistakes that you have done. So, how you are going to reset them? Either you improvise it, either you revisit it, or you become very rigid, right? So that this is something that is expected, and that is what how I am, that is how I have to be. So Ketu in the first house, you have become very rigid because you have gotten all the lessons now. You have experienced detachment, you have experienced isolation, you have seen the true faces of people, you have gone through deception of the others, from the others. Now it's the time for you to own your personality. Now it's the time for you to protect yourself. Sorry. My God. So that's why now with Ketu in the ascendant, you need to own up. You need to um you need to you are going to look after your health, you are going to look after your wealth, and you actually have to own up and support all the areas of your life. It's a major transition you're going through. Major transition. By now, you are a different person from what you were for approximately 1.5 years before now. You're totally different now. Now it's new you, it's a new journey for you. So there will be career changes, there will be financial changes, there will be physical changes, there will be mental changes that you're going to experience. All right. Now, next we have Virgo. For Virgo individuals, Ketu is transiting in Magha in your 12th house. So Ketu, when goes into the 12th house, that means that you have actually gotten the lesson related to your spirituality, related to your expenditure. So Ketu, when comes into the 12th house, that means either you will be getting help from somewhere to make an expenditure, or to complete some money that you might have to give, because Rahu is going to be in the 6th house, right? So it's a financial help that you might receive, or it can be spiritual help, spiritual realization that you will be able to receive. So Ketu in Magha in the 12th house, first of all, you will definitely plan to go on a pilgrimage. And if you aren't currently, you're going to eventually do it down the lane. But if you aren't, do it. Because Ketu in the 12th house in Magha is a beautiful placement to connect with your Pitris, to connect with your spiritual self. You need to have your alone time. You need to evaluate your subconscious self. All the dreams that you're getting, all the, you know, all the realizations that you're getting, that is a part of your intuition. And especially for Virgo individuals, I would say that if this has happened with you, if some ancestor came into your dream and asked you to do something, or there was any dream that happened to be in regards of any of your ancestors, that's a message for you. That is something that you need to do. But what I would say is that this would be the best time if you donate something in the name of your ancestors. That would be lovely. That would actually make you pay off karma of the whole generation at this point. That is how powerful this transit of Ketu can be in your 12th house. At the same time, if you are expecting some visa applications, some visa things to be sorted, that is also going to happen. That is also going to play out. All right. Now, for the zodiac sign of Libra, for you, Ketu is transiting the 11th house. There have been miscommunications or misjudgments in the social circle. I think you have been so involved within the romantic self, within your own mind, your own insecurities, so much that you have detached yourself or a part of you from from the society. So now Ketu in the 11th house in Magha would actually make you reconnect to the society or your social circle. It's like that there's some responsibility that you need to own up now. So Ketu coming in Magha in the 11th house will actually give you very surprising or sudden responsibility or sudden opportunity in terms of your career, in terms of your work, where you will have to present yourself, where you will have to be at a pedestal of confidence. So it's like you need to own yourself up. You need to own your skills. You need to own your work, your profession. There would have been some detachments from the social circle, from friends. So now it's the time to reattach, but with a solid foundation. Anything which did not had, a meaning in your life, any friendship, any association which did not have any have good strength or good foundation is now gone. Now it's the time to reestablish the way people look at you, the way people think about you, the way people think about your skills, about your actions towards the society, about your career as well. So Ketu, if it can detach you from what you're going to get, it can even give you the unasked blessing of recognition. So it's like just do your karam. Do what you have to do in order to fulfill your desires and let Ketu give you the blessing. But for that, you need to understand the wisdom. You need to transform. You need to transform the ways in regards of that house wherever Ketu is transiting. Now for Scorpio individuals, Ketu is in the 10th house and it's Leo. It's into Magha Nakshatra. So Ketu being in the 10th house has already given you a lot of dissatisfaction from the society, from the way um, your stand is there, the way you were respected, the way you were getting recognized within your career, the way your relationship was with your authorities or even with your father. So that got transformed, that got affected. There were career differences, career choices that you had to make because you wanted to do something that you makes you feel good, makes you feel comfortable, that feeds your soul. So now with Ketu coming to Magha, it's like now you have identified that this was something that I should have done. And now I need to work around with it. Now I have understood. Now let's research about it. Now let's shift to it. So Ketu coming into the 10th house doesn't necessarily mean that it is actually going to bring a shift in your career. It is going to make you change your career. It is going to make you, go to another job or something. It doesn't necessarily has to do that. But it shows there is something shifting in regards of it because it is triggered by dissatisfaction, disagreements. But now Ketu has made you so rigid with your actions, so rigid with how you have to do something. Like, for example, if you have been in a very toxic work environment, but still you were giving in for this matter that, okay, this is my livelihood. I had to do it. Now, with Ketu in Magha, you are taking the responsibility of your actions, that this is how I work and this is how I feel I should work. If you have a problem, you do what you have to do. But I am going to do what I have to do because I know I'm doing it right. That's what Ketu in the 10th house is. So that's what you have gone through. You have come to this journey that now you're rigid. Now you're like, I know what I'm doing and I'm going to excel in that. Because I've researched upon it, I've gotten all the lessons regarding to it. So now, whatever starts, whether it's a career change or it's improvising the existing career, or it's something that you do for the society, or some government related issues that you have solved, now you are firm about it. Now you're powerful for it. You are regaining your throne, you are regaining your power. That's what Ketu coming into Magha represents. That's why it's a reset situation. Now, if you are a Sagittarius, so for Sagittarius individuals, this Ketu is transiting the ninth house. So first of all, you have become very rigid with your opinions and with your belief. So whatever or however your past 1.5 year has been, you have now come to the fact that I am not going to entertain any BS. I am not going to entertain anything that you tell me that this is how things should be. No, you have gone through the maturity, you have gone through the lessons by yourself, and now you know what you need to do and what you are here to do. Ketu in the ninth house make you reject the opinion from others because you have used your brains, you have used your knowledge, you have gone through physical experiences, you have gone through spiritual experiences. Now you know that how you need to lead your life. So Ketu in the ninth house makes you very, very rigid with your opinions, with your beliefs. That's what it has made you. So now Ketu is coming into Magha in the ninth house. Beautiful placement. So you are now going to feel lucky. The luck that you felt that I was deprived of from, certain months things are not working out. This has been very difficult for you. You are left alone. You have to deal with everything on your own. Now all of that will come to an end because now you would no longer need anybody. Because you have understood that I am my soul helper. Now, when you understand this, you became stronger than ever. There can also be detachment from the father, or this is a major transition within your relationship with your father. Even your father has gone through troublesome time, time full of problems. Now they have also changed. And by this way, you are actually changing the whole generation pattern, whether for good or for bad. Depends on whatever the situation and condition of the ninth house is. But this Ketu's transit in Magha is going to mark a change. It is going to mark a reset button within your fortune, your bhagya. You will feel more spiritually aligned. For people, for Virgos and for Sagittariuses, it's lovely and it's bound to for them to go and travel overseas to pilgrimage or to places which are close to nature. All right. Now, next is Capricorn. For Capricorn individuals, Ketu is transiting in the eighth house in Magha. That means that you are going through a transitional process in regards of your in-laws or in regards of your own inheritance or your partner's inheritance. Even your partner has been struggling with the finances, with the financial wealth, and that has also given them the lessons of realizing how they have to go about it. So it has been so many, it has been such an unexpected journey that you have covered till now. And for that matter, you have found you have found the solution within your own self. You have found the solution in your own spirituality, in your own loneliness. It's like Capricorns have become powerful because of their knowledge, because now they have found the answers. Whether you have found the answers through astrology, maybe that's why you are at my video. So that is the reason, Ketu in the eighth house also, it detaches you with your in-laws if you are married. If you're not married, it is subject to make you travel or shift your residence, because Ketu in the eighth house means it is going to change 360-degree your surroundings. So now even if you have been a person who has never gone out of your comfort zone, or who has never been out of your comfort space, now you have understood, just a second, now you have understood that how important change is and how it's easy to balance that change. It was difficult only till the time you were thinking that it was difficult. All right. And there can be ancestral property issues, inheritance issues that you might have been dealing with. Now, those are going to get solved. Whether that goes in your favor or that doesn't go in your favor, that depends. But that are going to solve now, because now you are going to own that up. For many Capricorns, you might even leave the inheritance. You might even discard the money that is coming from the other side. Whether it's your husband, whether it's your wife, whether it's anyone you're married, you were married to, or are married to, or it is your inheritance, or it's anyone else. But Ketu in the eighth house can be beautiful blessings for some people, beautiful monetary blessings. So Ketu in the eighth house in Magha can even make you have two properties, right? It can give you unasked blessings when it comes to fixed assets, sudden money, sudden jackpot. All right. Now, next we have Aquarius. For Aquarius individuals, Ketu is transiting in the seventh house in Magha. If you have your cusp in Magha for the seventh house, that means your if your ascendant is from 0 degrees Aquarius to maybe to 13 degrees to 40 minutes of Aquarius, then that means the cusp of Magha would lie in the seventh house. Or you have any planet in the seventh house in Magha, then it is very, very impactful. This Ketu can actually create a break. It can give lots and lots of intensities and complications to your partner, to your spouse, if you are married. If you are not, if you are in a relationship, this can break you through the relationship, because this was a process of you identifying yourself, trying to know yourself. So, Ketu has given you all that ups and downs related to your relationship, and how people have come towards you, how people have established their relationship with you. So it's a reset now that is happening in aspects of business, in aspects of relationships, and especially with your partner. So many people, if the dasha is also showing that, can go through separation or can go through breakup, or there can be simply deep detachment from the spouse. At the same time, you need to own your choice and be rigid with your decisions in regards of partnership and marriage or the business. So now the way you have had your relationship, the way you connected with people, everything has changed. Now it's a reset. Now you have to re-go through your through the foundation of your relationships, now it's the time for you to restart and make or build new relations, but with a stronger foundation. Now, if you'll decide to take the charge, take the power of relationships, you will do that very responsibly. You will do that along with the responsibility. That's what it represents. Now, lastly, the zodiac sign of Pisces. For Pisces individuals, this Ketu in Magha is transiting the sixth house. So, Ketu being in the sixth house means your workspace has been struggling. Your workspace, your debt situation, everything related to the sixth house, whether it's your health, whether it's your debts, whether it's your workspace politics, whether it's your relationship with the colleagues, that has all been into a chaos, into a roller coaster. But now it's the time to re-go through it. Like, not re-go through the whole process, but restart with a stronger foundation of the sixth house. So this means that you're going to change the dynamics of your career, the dynamics of your whole routine. The conflicts that you have had because of your self-absorbed nature, your, what do we call it, meh, your self-pity, self-victimization nature. You have gotten such bad results out of it. And now that made you understand that how I have to go out of that self-victimization mode and how I need to own my things up, how I need to own my conflicts up so that there are no more any conflicts. So somehow your own confidence, your own reactions, your own decisions has basically led you towards the situation where you are today, also with Saturn in your ascendant. So now, with Ketu, you're going to declutter all that mess that was made in the sixth house. Now, if you're feeling powerful about something, powerful about some conflict you had, some legal matter that you had, that is going to finish. Legal matters are now going to finish. But if you had something related to that, you're now going to own that up. Now you will have to deal with it in a way that now it is solved. So that there's no possibility of these problems to come again for you. With Ketu and Magha, you definitely have gone through situations of debt. Either you have given money, helped someone with money, but you have not gotten the money back, or yeah, had some loans over you, were not able to give the loan back, repay the loan back. With Ketu and Magha, you'll be able to do everything now. Step by step, you'll complete or finish all what was bothering you. Even if it is debt, you will finish the debts. If it was legal matter, you'll finish the legal matter. You'll come to settlement quickly. If it was visa processes which was lingering on, that is going to be, that is also going to happen. That is also going to get completed. Because now you have started becoming careful. Now you have started understanding that how important it is to have the consciousness towards these matters. Because if I won't be careful, then things are going to turn against, or things are not going to solve by themselves. That's what Ketu and Magha is creating for you in the sixth house. All right. So, guys, this was my analysis with Ketu transiting in Magha for 2026. I hope this gives you good insights into this topic. We'll see you with the next video. Bye bye. Take care.